Hi everybody, I'm Lori Bates and I'm with the SNAP Ed program, Create Better Health. And we're doing fun food and reading for pre-K Head Start and through second or third grade, but anybody can listen. So let's get started with our book. Are you ready? Here we go.
The First Strawberries, a Cherokee storybook. It was retold by Joseph Burrock and pictures by Anna Vocek. This looks fun. You guys excited? Okay, and here's our title page. Wow, that's pretty. Okay, are you guys all ready and comfy? Here we go. Long ago, when the world was new, the Creator made a man and a woman. The two of them were made at the same time so that neither would be lonesome. They married, and for a long time they lived together, and they were happy. Look at that. Pretty trees. Oh, that water looks fun. There they are, inside their hut. Looks warm. We could do s'mores, couldn't we? Okay. Then one afternoon, the man came home from hunting and found that the woman had not yet prepared their meal. Instead, she was picking flowers. They are pretty. The man grew angry. "I'm hungry," he said in a cold voice. "Do you expect me to eat flowers?" Now the wife too became angry. She had picked those flowers to share their beauty with her husband. "Your words hurt me," she said. "I will live with you no longer." Oops. She turned to the west and began to walk towards the sun, and her husband followed her, but her steps were too quick. He could not catch her. He called her name, but she could not hear him. He went as fast as he could go, but his wife was much faster. There they are. Pretty. The son watched as the husband followed her, and the son saw how sorry the man was and took pity on him. "Are you still angry with your wife?" asked the son. "No," said the man. "I was foolish to speak angry words, but I couldn't catch her to tell her that I was sorry." "Then I will help you," said the son. The sun shined a light down on earth in front of the woman. Sun shined its light down on the earth in front of the woman, where the raspberries grew up. The berries were ripe and looked good to eat, but the woman paid no attention to them and continued walking. I think I would have stopped. The sun tried again, and it shined down on blueberries growing and then glistened brightly in the sunlight. But the woman paid no attention to them. She only walked on towards the west, leaving her husband farther behind. Now the sun tried a third time, and he put beams of light to touch the earth. Blackberries grew up, and they were dark and plump. But the woman's anger was too great, and she did not see them. Look at those. And the blueberries. Wow. At last the sun tried its hardest, and it shined its light down in the grass right in front of the woman's feet, and strawberries appeared. They glowed like the fire in grass, and the woman had to stop when she saw them in front of her. Ready. She knelt down and plucked one up and bit into it. She had never tasted anything like it before. The sweetness reminded her of how happy she and her husband had been together before they quarreled. I must gather some of this fruit up for my husband, she said, and she began to pick the berries. She was still picking them when the man caught up with her. Forgive me for my hard words, he said to her. And she answered him by sharing the sweetness of the strawberries. So it was that strawberries came into the world. To this day, when the Cherokee people eat strawberries, they are reminded to always be kind to each other and to remember that friendship and respect are as sweet as the taste of ripe red berries. There we go. Whole basketful they got. Cool, did you love that legend? They call it The Legend Begins Long Ago. That's a fun story. I like that. The pictures were pretty too.
Well, I loved that story. How about you? Today we're going to learn about green food a little bit, but mostly fruits. And it's St. Patty's Day coming up. And I wanted to share a fun, quick snack, or you could use it for breakfast. So should we get started? All right, so make sure you wash your hands, tie your hair back, put your apron on. Okay, and then we're going to get some toast, and I have some whole wheat toast, but you could use white or whatever you have on hand. And put it in the toaster, but make sure you have an adult with you or doing it for you so that you don't get burned, okay? All right, then we're going to put it on a plate, and we're going to have a bowl and a fork and a table knife and a spoon. And if you're going to eat it right away, you don't need a lime, but a lime would be nice because it would take away some of the brownness of the avocado if you have any, and it gives a nice tangy flavor, okay? But today we're just going to do it without because I'm going to eat it right away. All right, so I have an avocado, and I put it in water so that it wouldn't turn color. Like, see, they already had it cut. But you'll notice the outside of this avocado, and it's very bumpy and rough. And it makes it a really fun coating, don't you think? The food group we're talking about is the red food group color right here, fruits. And we need 1 to 1.5 servings at your age-ish, depending on what you have going in your life and what exercise you're doing. So if you're doing lots and lots of exercise, you might want to go with the 1.5 to 2. But if you're not, if you're just kind of been sick or sitting and watching TV and whatnot, then you're gonna want maybe 1 to 1.5. Okay? All right. Did you know that avocados are listed as a vegetable, but with the USDA, but they really are a fruit. But because of the way people use avocados, they decided to make it a law that they were a vegetable. The same thing's true of tomatoes. Did you know that avocados are like a berry? That's great. They've got a seed and soft insides like a berry. So remember, they have that big, huge seed in the middle. Let me show it to you really quick so you can see it. I'm going to cut this right in half. So just take your knife and just be really careful. And you will see that there's a big, huge seed right here. Isn't that neat? I thought that was pretty cool looking. And you can put the toothpicks in this and put it in some water and grow it if you want, and then you could have an avocado plant. We can't grow these trees here in Utah, but they do in California. Did you know that they grow in California and that they're the biggest growers in the United States of avocados? It's true. Did you know that this is called an alligator pear? Look, it looks like a pear. It's shaped like a pear, but it has the alligator skin, that rough, greenish, black skin, like an alligator does. Isn't that cool? And did you know that you can bake with avocados? You can. So we could say, if we were gonna do a cup of butter in our cookies, we could do a cup of avocados instead. So if you need 1 cup, you would do 1 cup of avocados. Or if you need a half a cup, you would do a half a cup of avocados instead of the butter. And did you know that avocados have more than 20 vitamins and minerals? Yes, and it's also lower in fat than butter or other fats that you might use. So it's a really good swap. You should try it. I think you might like it. Did you know that you need to rinse your fruits before you use them? That's right, you do. I always get myself into these sticky situations with an avocado. I was stuck between a guac and a hard place. Well, let's get started and make our toast, our avocado toast, shall we? All right, so I'm going to take the one side and just take our table knife, and I'm just going to score this a little bit, meaning cutting it a little. And then I'm going to put it into our bowl with a spoon, or you could just squeeze it in there. That would be okay. Okay. You can use this for a boat too. You could put some tuna in here with little chunks of avocado. That'd be way good. Then eventually we're going to get this all mashed up, and I'll show you that here in a second. But I wanted to show you this. Get this avocado off of its peel by peeling it like an apple or something. Okay. And I'm going to just kind of go it lengthwise, like this, and make 2 slices. And if you're going to do this with the cookie cutters, then I would go ahead and do a little bit of acid, okay? And just kind of pour it on top. But get your cookie cutter that you want and then push it into the slices. You can put the rest of that in there. And voila! You got some fun cookie cutter shapes. And that would be fun to put on our toast too, just like so. Okay? Or if you don't have a cookie cutter like this, we could just put it in our bowl and take our fork and kind of mash it around till it's nice and creamy, a little chunky. I like mine just a teeny bit chunky. I love avocado. Do you guys love avocado? It tastes so good. And if you have like a whole grain chip you can eat with it, or some whole grain toast like this, it's even better. All right, and once you get that all kind of mixed up, you can put it on your toast, just like so. And if you don't want a whole bunch, then just go ahead and just, like butter, you would put it on like that. And you got yourself a really healthy piece of toast instead of using butter. And then I have got a garlic seasoning salt, or it's called Everything Bagel. And I'm just gonna kind of put that on top. Look at that. Let me come over and let you see that. And that look, whoop. Doesn't that look good? Yum. And those are sesame seeds that you're seeing in there, and they give a little crunch. And it's got a teeny bit of sea salt and some garlic. So that's what's in that. Fruit that has so many vitamins and minerals in it, like vitamin A and K. To show you some different fruits. Of course, the lime is good, right? We can use the zest and the juice, and you can put it in water. We can put them in recipes when we bake. All kinds of fun things we can do with that, or our avocado. Okay, and then we've got pears, and strawberries are coming into season, and grapes, and blackberries, and plums, and some pineapple. And then this summer we'll get cantaloupe. So there's, and bananas. We can have bananas most of the year round, right? And lemons. And all of these wonderful fruits have juice, okay? And the juice we can also have in as a serving in fruit, and just use a really small glass. It has 100% fruit juice on it, so that you're getting all the fruit juice you need and not something that's been blended. Okay? All right. Put my hat on for you. I hope you have a wonderful St. Patrick's Day. Oh, that St. Patty's Day is a fun day. We get to eat green things, wear green food, and it makes us smile, right? And if you haven't seen something that, like, it's called Captain Create. He's on YouTube. Look for him, and he'll make you smile too. He's really fun. He teaches us different lessons just like I do. So take a look and see if you don't have a good time watching him. All right, well, I hope you have a really good week, and that you are learning and you're going to try the avocado toast, and that you'll eat more avocados, and that you'll use them in your baking. And don't forget to exercise. Go ride your bike, or walk, or run, or play tag, or do something fun. I'll see you next Monday. You have a good week. This is Laurie Bates, from my home to yours. Bye now.